Okay, so you've cooked dinner for everybody, and now what are we going to do?
Wash Chi-Chi.
Okay, bath time for Chi-Chi, because she's going to sleep with you tonight.
Yep.
Come on then, you go up. Oh, hang on, we need the steak treats. Take the steak. Go on then, what's this? Give her a little bit of steak. Chi-Chi! Good girl. See, it's fun up here.
I don't know if Chi-Chi's afraid of water or not.
Well, she doesn't like it. So as soon as we put her into the bath, you give her some steak.
Yep.
And then she thinks, oh, this is actually quite nice because I'm getting steak. Yeah?
I like Oscar's t-shirt, show us it. That's so cool.
I don't know if you saw these on Instagram, guys, as the good washing up. They're rubbish because when you pick up glass, the glass just falls out of your
Try
hand.
scrubbing his face with it.
Right, in she goes. Right, what's your job, Oscar? Steak, 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 steak. Get the steak.
Steak! Oh, what he's feeding us.
Yeah, you give her the steak, so she's not. Oh, she stinks.
Oh, she really stinks.
She really stinks. Okay, here we go.
Hey.
Oh my God, that's a bit much. Right. There you go. Oh my God, I love this. Oh, it smells exactly like baby powder. She's going to sleep with Oscar tonight, and she stinks.
that'd be nice.
Just do around her face and around underneath her chin. Give her a good scrub. She's got
That means
acne.
you could really cuddle her, which would be nice, because we always want to cuddle Chi-Chi, but she's always smelling of fox.
She's just one of those stinky.
Chi-Chi can't even see.
I don't think she can see. We can't see her, and she can't
All
see
the
us.
subs keep saying they want to know
that
Chi-Chi better.
mud.
Oh, look at her little face.
Oh, let's have a look. Oh.
Give her a bit more steak. Keep her happy.
A bit more steak.
A bit more steak.
Well done, Oscar. Is this your steak?
Yeah.
She's so
She
good.
loves it. I'll tell you why, because she's got spots under her chin. Do you know
Yeah,
that?
she's got acne.
I know,
Feet
so,
all
yeah.
done. Oscar sometimes has Chi-Chi for us, don't you?
Yeah.
Because Oscar lives by the sea. Sometimes Chi-Chi goes for a holiday there, doesn't she, Oscar?
Yep.
Oh, let's just do this. You hold her there for me. I think part of her quite likes it, 'cause she never tries to get out.
No. I might have a bath in that water.
What do you think, Oscar? Is
Do I have a
good
bath
idea?
in that water, Oscar? Why didn't you drink it?
Oh no.
Good girl,
This must be
Chi-Chi.
driving her
What
mad.
about Toffee? But she goes right under the
She
water.
nibble you.
Oh no, we dropped a piece of meat. Oh gosh. Right, baby, you can stop now if you want.
Okay.
No,
Right.
it's not.
What have you lost?
The steak.
Oh,
What are
he's
you
diving
doing?
in.
No, don't get
He's
in.
going in.
Don't get in this film. Oscar.
Oscar, careful.
Finding
You might
Chi-Chi's
tip
steak. Go on, go in again. Go in again, Nos.
Still no.
No.
Oh, I found it.
Hey!
Hey!
Don't eat it.
Give it to Chi-Chi. There you go, Chi.
Sophie.
Right, we're soaking wet, aren't we?
Yep.
Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi.
But Chi-Chi is washed.
What's this?
Aren't you, Cheech? Shall we go and blow dry her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Oscar,
Hi.
so how did we do today? It was our final shoot day of our film, and what did the weather do?
It was pouring.
It was pouring. How warm was it?
Not warm at all.
It was freezing.
When
How
you think
wet
of all
did
the
you get?
good weather we've had, that is classic.
I know. But Oscar did a great job. What did you have to do? What was the first thing you had to do?
Fall out of a tree.
And he did it so
I've
well.
seen the shot, it's great.
It's a great shot.
You're a
You
good
did
little
it.
stuntman as well
You're
as
a good
an
little
actor.
stuntman. You got stuck up there at one point, though, didn't you? It was a bit tricky. We had to get you down a couple of times, but you were very good. And then
So the shoot day was supposed to finish at 3:30, but it had to finish at 12:30.
yeah, because of look, the camera kit
Quite
was getting destroyed.
extraordinary. So I just settled down with my mum and dad to have a nice quiet lunch with them because they're not very well. So I'd made them a nice bone broth soup. It was all peaceful, and then all of a sudden, crash bang wallop, kids, dogs, husbands, cameras.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, it's funny.
If we win an Oscar, you'll get to hold the Oscar. Anyway, you were been a brilliant
And he's
lead
rewarded
actor.
himself in the back of the car with a bag of what? Pickle onion monster munch.
The greatest invention. That little monster has actually been something that's been in my life since I was about Oscar's age. I had my first packet of Monster Munch when I was about 11. And you're off to a party?
Yeah.
Whose party is it?
Not exactly a party, but a party like kind of dinner.
Is this the one where they're going to have 20 quid, loads of sweets, and you're going to go down the cinema? I want to come! Can I join you? Maybe not.
So I have been working on a new salad dressing, and it's going to be called Kiki's salad dressing, and I've finally got all the perfect measurements.
I can't say I'm overly excited about a salad
to
dressing.
get a good salad dressing that the kids will eat. My kids are now eating salad, and they wouldn't touch salad, and they're now eating it because of my dressing. I think we should bottle it. I think we should manufacture
Like
it.
Paul Newman.
It's much better than Paul Newman's one. Much better. I'm not kidding. I am so chuffed with it. I've been tweaking it and twinkling with it for
You
a
should have
couple of
tried
weeks.
it on Oscar. Oscar's the cook.
For a couple of weeks now, and I think I've got the measurements just exactly right.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap! You all right, Mark?
Sorry.
What are you doing?
Just editing the Aladdin trailer.
Uh-huh. So,
Just go to the very end. No, not
Maddie and a friend.
Go to the very end of
Push,
the thing and then jump up.
playing, Kiki on her phone,
And then jump up.
Mark editing. What are you editing?
The Aladdin trailer.
Aladdin trailer. A classic home time scenario. Video games. Kiki on her phone to her friends. And the kitchen to clear up for me. So everyone's downstairs having a lovely time, and I'm upstairs freaking out because we've got the next day's filming for The Vanishings on Thursday. I don't know if any of you have seen our Vanishings, our social media drama, where I'm playing a bonkers mad alcoholic mum and Maddie plays my daughter. And it's so hard to learn lines now compared to when I was in EastEnders. When I was in EastEnders, I used to just, honestly, we used to get so many lines and I'd remember them. I would never mess up, unless I was hungover. I would never mess up on my lines. But as soon as I walked away from the set, if they'd said, well, come back, actually, we need to reshoot the whole thing, my lines wouldn't have been in my head. I just had this amazing ability to put lines in and then immediately get rid of them. But because I just haven't been using that part of my brain now for God knows how many years, it's a nightmare trying to remember my lines. Freaking out a bit up here. We're filming on Thursday. I have forced us to come upstairs while it's still light, not at bedtime, because what happens when you try and read at bedtime and fall asleep? Just spent 10 minutes trying to get Mark to turn his phone off. Have you now turned your phone off?
No.
No!
Yeah.
Turn it off. And I'm going to set the timer for 25 minutes, so we just read for 25 minutes, okay? Kids are all happy, the house is clean and tidy.
Is something happening tonight, like
No.
I'm doing yoga or something?
No,
Thank God.
I've done yoga this morning,
Oh, good.
okay?
Yeah.
All phones off for 25 minutes.
So, we managed to put our phones down and we managed to read for half an hour. And I finished my book. And there's nothing as good as feeling like you finished a book. And downstairs, our
computer
friend,
game.
my lead actor, Kush, is still playing Lego Harry Potter with Maddie. They seem to be beating each other up constantly. And
I've
so
got to cook something.
we're going to cook something. We're going to eat something. I might do a funny dance. Should we see what my hair looks like today? Do you remember when I took my hair off my cap? Oh my God. Oh my God, babe. Give me I want to cuddle.
Stop showing our messy bedroom.
I'm not sure. Well, come
Actually, it's
over.
not messy, it's just ugly.
So what have we got in store? What have you got in store in your store cupboard tonight?
Sea bass.
Ooh. We like sea bass. Bubbly sea bass. What else? I can't see anything. My eyes are so blurry.
Sea bass, chips and salad. My lovely salad dressing. Was it mistake reading? No, I keep thinking it's better.
I know. I nearly fell asleep. I thought, I've got to get to the end of this book. I've got to get to the end of this book. Girls can't do gun sounds. Try it.
Pew, pew,
What is that?
Pew, pew.
That's ghastly. Hang on. I'm going to do a gun sound.
Why are we doing gun sounds? No. Bored now.
Can only have fun with her for like 3-minute bursts.
Yeah, but that's very boring.
I was making gun sounds. It was fun.
And the whole time we've been reading, who's been there at the end of the bed, even though she's not allowed to be at the end of the bed? So weird having a made bed, isn't it?
What are you going to do with those little puppies?
I'm going to fry them in there.
Hmm?
I'm going to rub a little oil on them. And then I'm going to pop them in the oven. Always put the oil on your fish or on your meat rather than in your pan. Salt, pepperoni.
So it's Brexit. Brexit.
Don't say Brexit!
It's the meaningful vote. It's another meaningful
Have we
vote.
already introduced Kush? Do
Yeah.
people know who Kush is?
Kush. Hello, Kush. Kush has just finished his shoot day. Kush is...
Did you film any of the filming today?
Didn't film it, darling. You were lucky to film. What is a meaningful vote? Do you know what a meaningful
What does a
vote is?
meaningful vote mean? I was going to ask you because you've studied politics and I know very little
Yeah, I've
about
never heard of
politics.
a meaningful
So
vote.
can you just explain to me and the subs in the most simple of terms what the hell a meaningful vote means?
All I understand a meaningful vote to mean is that the consequences of the vote will have a meaningful impact on the
But don't all
outcome
votes?
of the vote. Some can be indicative, some can be suggestive,
Some can be indicative, some can be suggestive.
and this is a phrase that I think is ridiculous, the meaningful vote. There's no such thing, because all of them, none of them go through. None of them mean anything. As I've said before, they're meaningless votes.
So can you give us a quick lowdown on where we are at with Brexit today it's 7:10, so at the moment tell us where we're at.
The House of Commons right now, as
Got
we
under a minute.
speak, is voting on Theresa May's so-called New Deal that she's secured in Europe last night. Even after 2 years, she was there last night, in the 11th hour of the 12th hour of the 13th hour, and she was getting some kind of legal reassurance about the backstop, which isn't really that legal a reassurance, and it's still the same situation.
So I keep hearing this all day, a legal reassurance,
Yeah.
but that hasn't really proved to
A legal
mean
reassurance that it is only an insurance policy,
anything, and that they won't use it.
and that they're more than likely
But
not to use it.
Macron said something a while back that has made everyone feel nervous, hasn't he?
Macron, I don't know what Macron said.
Well, Macron said a few months ago, but you see, the British will never want to do, and that's what's made everyone nervous about the backstop.
But basically, she got a legal assurance that it's an insurance policy.
So is that what the
Attorney General
was checking the legality of that?
He said it has notionally changed, but not a lot has changed. Are you getting this over there, Kush?
Have you got it, Kush?
You got it, Kush? You with us? Let's have a look. It's happening as we speak. The boat's coming in now.
Here we go.
But if it were to go through, then we'd be leaving
Then we'll
Europe.
leave Europe tomorrow. 29.
So this really is like penalties in the World Cup or the Euro Championships. We're waiting for Jeremy Corbyn to pop his cap on and kick the first ball.
And that's why we should be 16-year-olds should be allowed to vote.
Because, as you were saying, Kush, these 50-year-old people here, mostly men, are going to be unaffected by this change.
Exactly, it's our life it's going to be affecting, so we should decide what happens to it.
That's why your nanny Thelma refused to vote on Brexit.
The woman.
They're going to be dead and we're going to be the clean-up crew.
Here we go, guys. Your future is about to change. Not.
Order!
The eyes to the right, 242. The nose to the left, 391.
But that's what they're all saying. Nobody knows what's going to happen
What's
next.
going to happen next? What is going to happen?
Another thumping the finger and see that nearly.
Look, I do feel sorry.
She's about to stand up. What's she going to say?
She's going to make a statement.
Oh my God, what's she going to say?
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. I profoundly regret the decision that this House has taken tonight.
She's lost her voice.
I continue to believe that by far the best outcome is that the United Kingdom leaves the European Union in an orderly fashion with a deal.
Okay, Kiki, I've been perfecting this dressing and I just need Kiki to taste it now.
You haven't shown us the recipe.
I know. Well, I'm not going to show you the recipe until Kiki fully likes it. Good. Have I got it?
I liked it before, but this is my style.
Amazing. Yeah, I've added a few different bits. Good? Yeah. Mark just picked me up from the station and I told him on the way home that I had a present for him, didn't I?
Yep.
And he's not very happy with it.
Yeah,
Tell them what it is. It's a yoga mat, but it's a very special yoga mat. It's very special. It's from Lululemon, and it's non-slippable, so you can't slip. And I've got Mark a black one and me a pink one.
Okay.
Happy?
Yeah.
Happy?
Thank you very much. So we are now out again yogaing. I'm going for my second yoga class, and can you believe it? Of all the nights that we're going to do yoga, it's probably one of the most compelling nights on British television because we're about to have another meaningful vote. So
Do you know where to go?
whilst the most meaningful vote dictating the future of Britain occurs, I'm going to be standing in a position where my knees are about to explode, unable to stand up, aching and sweating, feeling like a dick.
What? You don't have to come. You really don't want to. So many nice comments, guys. Thank you about our friend Oscar. He is just, if you saw last night, he's just so lovely, isn't he?
I think he has far more of an awareness of how cheeky and comedic he is.
Oh, God, yeah.
He knows that he's stringing us along sometimes and then he wallops us with a kick-ass punchline. He does make me chuckle.
Yeah.
He does make me chuckle.
So many nice comments. Thank you. As I say, we do always read them all. And
Nadia is looking at her phone. She's not just looking away.
no, I'm reading your comments.
Yeah, no.
Because I thought I could read a few out.
Yeah.
Joe Navin, I felt really moved by this, guys. How brilliant to talk about men's friendships.
Oh, yeah.
Really important, I think. And Oscar is a leg end.
A leg end.
I'm looking forward to watching your film even more now. I hope you're having an amazing day filming. Thank you, Joe.
Someone commented on the Andes, is it Andes Club? The Andes Men's Club? They were related to the person who sadly committed suicide and caused the sort of setting up of the organisation. Yeah, I've been inundated actually with messages from people talking about how much they identified, and a lot of women saying it's not just a male preserve actually. That there is a sort of tendency in a lot of families to find self-sufficiency within the family, or maybe another way of putting it is to allow the family and everything that family demands of you to swallow up your time. Because the thing about family is, and I was thinking about this after we chatted about it, you could say, well, I think you need to get the balance, the family-friend balance sorted, but actually there's no end to what you feel you could contribute to a family situation with children, with learning, with the whole gamut. And so sometimes it is hard to sort of know where to put the boundaries in and when to say to yourself, well, actually, you know what, this might require me to make a little bit of effort to go out, meet someone, sit down, be with them, even if it means it removes me from the house for the evening.
It's
I sometimes
commitment. Every relationship that's worth anything takes work and commitment, and and a friendship is no different. It is hard to maintain friendships, and especially keeping everybody happy. Oscar, you are a star. I saw Oscar on Loose Women, and that's how I found your channel. So thank you, Oscar. Regarding having male friends, I agree with the article. I only have a few male friends, but we're not that close that I would discuss personal things. And yes, as you get older, you have even less interesting topics. Another great blog. Cheers. Oh, and there's a Canadian flag. Are you from Canada, Vince?
We want to go out to Canada.
Olivia says, apart from my husband, who's my friend, I've absolutely no friends outside my immediate family, and we're not close. I'm a woman. I've watched other women form firm, lasting friendships while I'm always on the fringes. Never get past polite conversation about the weather, boring, banal topics. When I was in nursery, very, very first ever nursery school, my mum would pick me up every day, and my mum would say to me, and she, you know, how was your day? And I'd say, it wasn't good enough yet today, Mum. And she'd say, why? And I'd say, because I haven't met her. Mum would say, who's her? She said, and I would say, I'll know when I've met her. Mum said it was the weirdest thing, because how old are you when you go to nursery? 4? And she went in and she said I was being very sociable, and the teacher said I was getting on fine and everything was very jolly. And then one day my mum picks me up and I said to her, I found her. And she said, who? And I said, my best friend.
Oh, right.
And I had decided that this girl in the group was going to be my best friend. I made her be my best friend, and she was my best friend for years.
Where is she now?
And years. Her mum hated me. Her mum got rid of me. It
So
was a very odd
thus
relationship.
proving that you can have a best friend, but a best friend isn't necessarily for life.
Oh God, I mean, I am not one of these who thinks that the only friends that are meaningful are friends that you've had since you were at school. I just don't think, I outgrew my friends at school. I mean, we just went in completely different directions.
Life experiences is where you outgrow.
Yeah.
It's not even like mentally or
Oh God,
you know,
no,
it's just
no.
in terms of life experience.
They had children, they
Yeah.
matured a lot quicker than me. I was still running around getting drunk. I was just a different, very different person. And the thing is, I think that we've got to get over this thing that you can't break up a friendship like you can a platonic relationship, like you can a sexual relationship, because you can run out of things with somebody, and I think that's okay.
See, sometimes it's funny because
People can become toxic in your life, and that's okay. It's okay. So, do you know what? I'm not really getting that much out of this friendship anymore.
when we're at our best, I miss when we're not at our best, my best friend, because I do think of you as a best friend, and I don't mean that in a codependent way. I mean that as a genuinely, you get me and I get you in a way that no amount of friendship time could I imagine. And none of the friends that I've had over the years, maybe one or two, after an intense amount of time together going through all sorts of heartbreak, can I think of times when I had that sort of absolutely non-verbal understanding of what makes each other tick. And I do consider you my best friend. And that's sometimes problematic, because you say that puts a pressure on you, and yet at the same time, I know that I can also be your best friend at times.
I don't think that puts a pressure on me.
No, but-
I think you put a pressure. Oh my God, what's wrong with your arm?
I know. This is
What is that?
This has come from that, but I didn't want to sort of say it.
Oh, Mark.
It's really bad. It's getting worse as well. It won't go away.
I would take off all your bangs. You need
What
to
is
have a
that,
rest. No, it's not that it puts pressure on me, but I worry sometimes if I was to get knocked over by a bus tomorrow.
I'd just find another friend.
I worry about who
joking.
would support you.
But
I really worry about it.
But I'm more resilient than you think.
Well, no, that's a ridiculous thing to say. Nobody is totally able to deal with their partner dying.
But I think
It's not about
everyone would feel that.
resilience,
That's not
it's
about you being as good a friend. I would reach out to a number of very good female friends I've got that I feel I might not have much what I call contact time with those friends, but they know, and I know that they know I know how much they mean to me. So
You're just not very good at putting the effort in with friendships. I'm going to be honest with you, Mark.
Well, only because
You're
I've
not
got
very good at
I know,
it because you're a workaholic. So there's always, it's like going to yoga on Sunday.
Yeah.
When you said to me, it was such an epiphany when you said to me, yeah, but hand over 2 hours. And I said, well, we do this, we do that. We go to a film. Yeah, but that's work. So everything has to be work or it's not valuable or valid.
I'm being told off.
No. Jonathan Lowry. Oh, we love that we have men following us here.
Yeah.
Oh, this melts your heart.
Be my
the
friend.
cinnamon steak.
Cinnamon steak, it was
I've
delicious.
seen being served in China.
Well,
Ooh, so he was
Oscar's
onto
learning
something.
Mandarin. What is this?
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
So can't go wrong with that. I hope we see more of Oscar in the future. So do we. I'm going to get Oscar to cook again. He was just too brilliant.
He needs his own show.
Oscar, an absolute delight. Nadia, you were amazing. Not many adults would have let that happen without interfering. It made my heart melt. That's Tracy Gillett. And on that, I want to say, if you want to get your kids cooking, let them do it. Don't be wiping up around them and worrying about the mess. Just let them cook. And if you let them cook, they then eat. So if there's something that your kids just won't eat, get them to cook it, and they'll probably
What
will eat it.
if, like Oscar might have done, he shoves his finger up his nose and picks a bogey?
Well, he did a few times, but I just let it go.
I thought it added a bit of salt. Didn't you? It made it a bit saltier.
Luby T, hello Luby, we
Hello,
hear a lot
Luby.
from Luby, did laugh about the vintage clothes.
What is
I had that
vintage?
debate with my daughter when she was at uni and well into the vintage scene. She came home once with what to me looked like an out-of-date, second-hand, beat-up denim jacket. She'd paid a fortune for it because it was vintage. Argued it wasn't second-hand, exactly. She educated me that vintage refers to any previous decade, such as 90s, 80s, 70s, but to be antique, it had to be over 100 years old. Oh God, that's so, thank you for...
I knew that about the 100 years old for an antique, but here's the thing, guys. I think the word vintage is shoved on things like organic is shoved on things. I think it's like, you know, there's money behind this.
Angela Donovan, that was so right, Nadia, about why we think men should man up and why there's such a high suicide and depression rate.
True.
There's needs to raise awareness using that. We do. We need to think about how we bring up our boys. Another one for Oscar. Heidi Hinter. Oscar, you did an outstanding job. Oscar will be watching this vlog tonight, so he will hear these messages. With the introductions and explanations of your meal. Wow. My son also has a very rare condition. Thanks for being brave, open and authentically Oscar. Do you know what I loved about having Oscar here? And I spent the evening with him, I was saying to Donna, it was really nice just having a young child. He was just open to it. Do you want to wash the dog? Yeah. Do you want to cook? Yeah. Do you want to... Because it is
saying
hard
yes to
work
everything.
being a parent of teenagers and tweens. I mean, we adore our girls, don't get us wrong. But we are constantly dealing with them being a bit miserable or being a bit down or being a bit, aren't we? We are, and they are with us because we all live very closely. And they're a bit jaded and they've got a lot on their minds and they're worried about a lot. And so to just have the innocence again of a 10-year-old just thinking the whole world's amazing. Like in the car on the way here, I said, so Oscar, how's your new school? He went, yeah, it's all right actually, yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
That irrepressible optimism
Yeah.
that a 10-year-old had. And
Like you, really. You're like an irrepressible 10-year-old. You're fully optimistic about everything. No bad news here. Everything's good.
I try.
Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye, 420 blackbirds baked in a pie.
And on that,
When the pie was
Caroline
open, the birds
Graham
began to
says,
sing.
Nadia, always sing, we love it. Don't mind them. Oscar is brilliant and Nadia were great with him. It might have been hard not to advise, but you played a blind. I love how kind your girls
Do
are.
not
Thank you.
sing.
But on this,
Do not sing.
I was talking
not
about
sing.
this at work today. I'm not going to sing.
Thank God.
And I said, I sang yesterday on our vlog and my youngest child said, Mum, please don't, it makes me sad. Maddie looked like she was going to throw up. And Mark said, you make me hate all music. And everyone at work thought that was really sad.
Well, that's nice of you.
It was in the vlog. You didn't edit it out.
Yeah, but the way
whole
you
world
said it, when you're
When I watched it last night upstairs, it made me really sad.
When you're mangling such
I wasn't.
beautiful
I was happily
lyricism.
singing. I watched the vlog.
No, happily singing for yourself is one thing, but when you sit and try and sing and then mangle something that was beautiful to pieces, it's you say it when you hear people on the radio.
It's a bit
They
strong
can't
saying
sing.
make me hate all music. It's a bit strong.
Well, I'm sure you've. Well, the other
You
thing.
put it in the vlog. I did.
Well, I
if
know,
I put
'cause
it in the vlog, I would have said, "Oh, everyone's going to hate me." You chose to put it in the
well,
vlog.
I know, but it's in the vlog because it's how we feel, but we don't mean
Half
it
the people
horribly.
had said, "Yeah, I saw it in the vlog." I did wonder. It's not me.
Yeah, no, but we don't mean it horribly. It's just a statement of fact. If I sang as often as you did, you tell me, Mark, put a sock in it.
I wouldn't say I'd make me hate all music.
Well, unfortunately, it's a unique skill that you have.
Oh, this is really nice from Beth Elliott. The way you make yourselves vulnerable is so admirable, and I'd like to thank you for your unfaltering realness. It helps me on a daily basis to feel that others are experiencing similar things, which I wasn't previously aware of. Thanks so much, guys. Do you know what?
Do we overshare?
That is so lovely to get that message
Yeah.
because we do.
Worry.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I do sometimes think, oh God, do we go on about ourselves? We argue, we do everything. And as you know, I'm massive fans of the Sawalha-Adderleys and all this. I watch all these other YouTubers and I do think, oh God, should we lean more towards it just being lovely? Because I find it very comforting watching the Sawalha-Adderleys. I feel all cosy, I love
Why don't
their
we ask
house,
them?
I love everything. So it's really lovely when we get those
Would you like us to
messages.
be all sort of joy and fun and just jollity and laughter?
Well, no, because I think
Or
we've
would
got
you
quite a
like
few messages.
puncture points of sheer unbridled, honest, authentic hell? Because that's what we try and offer you. We try and offer you great entertainment, which is real, with great, awful chasms of despair. That's what we try to offer up. I don't think many people on YouTube offer such extremes, all possibly within one vlog. So, there you go.
And I do one last one on male friendlessness.
Friendlessness. Yes.
Azizfa Sarah. My husband lost most of his male friends when he was no longer single and able to fit into their plans. So interesting. I think that happens a lot, doesn't it?
I lost all my friends when I met you. We think it's down to alcohol, but maybe it was when I met you. Maybe they found you too much.
Maybe. He's an older guy who had a close circle, but gradually over the years they've fallen away. Some because he moved away from Bristol, others because he got a girlfriend, now
sounds
wife.
like me.
Others because we had the audacity to have a child. Lots of men don't like it when men have children.
It's very true.
He now no longer chats, she puts in vertical, to anyone. It's that chatting, isn't it? It's important. That's what I worry about with Mark. He tries to not burden me with his feelings, but I always know when something is wrong and call him on it. I often say that I feel bad that he lost his mates after meeting me. He says that if they were true mates, they'd know that moving to Devon, meeting me and having our son is all he'd dreamed of. That's a really moving message.
You know, a lot of those men who did move away, and I sometimes say this to myself about the men that I used to know, that, you know, me stopping drinking was a challenge too far. Me having children earlier than a lot of other people had children, you know, meant that I had sort of thoughts and responsibilities beyond what they had. So, you know, it wasn't always about them just saying, oh, God, you're weird and you're a bit boring and you're like that. It was actually about, you know what, that's what they want at some point, but not yet.
Yeah,
just not
so
yet.
Then a drift comes in.
Then a drift kicks in and then a distance kicks in. And with men are useless at bridging distances. I mean, I really am.
Yeah, women are definitely better than that.
Yeah.
Cool. We only sat down to do something else, and here we are, 18 minutes in, having had an 18-minute chat.
Yeah, I feel a bit depressed there now. I think we should give a bit more chasm of despair. Okay, here's the question. Do you want more chasm of despair or more joy and optimism?
I think a good mix.
We try to offer a mix.
Cocktail.
She gives the joy and optimism, and I give you the chasm of despair.
Chasm of despair.
Anyway,
do a chasm
yoga.
of despair face.
It's going to be me one day. Look in.
This is our little yoga sanctuary. Show them, give us a pin.
Oh my God. There's a coffee machine. That seems non-yoga.
My God, I couldn't say a word out there because there's all the yoga people coming up. What were you doing in there?
What was that we just did?
Oh my God. So, Yoga Nidra. So there's a whole meditation for about 20 minutes where she said, take the bolsters, take the blankets. She kept looking over at Mark. Do you want any more blankets? Because you snuggle yourself up. You have the bolster under your knees to support your back. You have something over your eyes. And then she takes you to these layers. I mean, I started snoring. I went to such deep breaths. Looking over at Mark. He's like legs up like this. He's got shorts on. He looked like he'd been put on a shelf.
I felt I was cold.
You weren't listening.
It was noisy.
You didn't listen. No, because she kept saying over and over again, shall I bring blankets?
Yeah, no,
because
but
you
I
were
didn't think she was
lying
talking
in
to
a
me.
freezing, the only person without blankets on.
I didn't think she was talking to me. I thought she was saying to everyone. I just thought, I'm just not going for the blanket.
I thought, why didn't you go for
I don't
the
know,
blanket?
part of me thought part of the whole deal is being as uncomfortable as possible.
No, you were supposed to be on a cloud of comfort.
I was on a knife edge
in
of
and out. I'm never taking you to that again. It ruined it for me. Because I kept thinking, oh my God, he's hating every second.
Well, no, but I didn't realise I was... And then the one where I had to lean forward over I had shorts...
Again, you didn't have the bolster under you and you didn't have the thing under your bum.
The one when I had to lean forward,
yeah,
and when I
did
leaned
you at any point have the blue thing under your bum?
No.
No. And you're new and you should have had the blue thing under your bum because then you're lifted, you're raised over, and it's pulling out all your spine. You just weren't listening,
I was listening to... I couldn't hear anything. The music was loud, then the music came off, and then the music stopped. Then there was a man banging in a cupboard. Then someone came in through the door.
Was annoying.
Then the floorboards were going, and I thought a mouse was nibbling at my ear.
Well, I just don't think that was one for you.
And then finally, when I was leant over that bolster and she said, make your face go all droopy, I dribbled.
Well, when that one was so uncomfortable for ages, and then suddenly all the tension in my lower back just released and my spine popped open. It was
that downward dog was the most hideous downward dog.
The downward dog. I was looking over at you, the only person in a downward dog like this, like you'd been electrocuted, like you had something stuck up your bum. Because she'd said, come lower down on your knees, and then come in charge. And you just stayed like on your tiptoes.
I was in agony.
Because she kept saying, or come down to childbirth. Even the brilliant downward dog had come down to childbirth, and you were still like that.
I was looking around. I thought I had to stay
you looked
there.
like, what's the creature in Frozen? What's that ice thing where he's looking for the nut?
Oh yeah, the squirrel.
In
Frozen.
Age. Ice Age. That's what you look like.
What?
Him.
The nut? What? The squirrel?
That's him in a downward dog.
That's exactly how I felt.
But everyone else was in child's pose, and she kept saying,
I was in child's. I did a child's pose that felt like my armpits were going to be yanked apart.
When I came up, I thought I'm just going to give up because I'm rescuing here, and I need to just have my yoga. And then I looked up, and because I got on with what I was doing. Looked up, and you were still exactly the same position. I thought I was going to die laughing. Everyone else had come down, bent their knees, come back up. You were just there for about 12 minutes in the most awful downward dog. Electrocuted Ice Age nut squirrel is what you look like.
And the crack of my arse kept slipping out of my shorts.
I just don't think you should do yoga.
What do you mean? I had a real go at it. What do you mean? I'm really committed to that, and you're telling me I was shit.
You don't listen.
I couldn't hear her. The music was going.
Come
on. I couldn't hear her.
That's not the right lesson for you. That one. It's not the right one for you.
I was cold.
Because you didn't put the freaking blankets on. We were all snuggled up in loads of blankets having a lovely nidra.
When I sat up at the end and I
were all
thought,
snuggled
oh my
up.
God,
There
they're
he
all
was,
nidrad up.
in shorts. Who goes to yoga if it's not Bikram yoga in shorts?
I took my cap off.
You need some yoga pants.
I
if you're
do.
gonna
I
carry
couldn't
on with
find
this.
them. I couldn't
You
find
look
them.
ridiculous in those shorts. Tight. You can't even move your legs. You're
I
like,
was so...
You were then sat in cross leg forever. I came out of the cross leg in 20 seconds. It was pulling on my back. Had the long leg. I put the bolster under my knees.
I didn't know you could do
Why
that.
didn't you look over at me once?
I did. Because you kept telling us to keep
Because
our
you were
eyes
like this.
shut.
You were like this.
She kept telling us to keep our eyes shut
You
so
were
I
like
didn't feel
an
I could look at what everyone else was doing.
electrocuted turd for an hour and a quarter.
An electrocuted turd.
Did you get anything from that?
Well, I mean, apart from stopping for an hour and a quarter.
Honey, want some dinner? Huh?
I'm dead proud of our daughters. Look, they're going on the march this Friday.
Yeah.
And look. Maddie, I love your banner. I'm just filming it.
Good.
It's so cool. I'm just saying, I'm so proud of my girls expressing political interest, fighting against this government saying that if you don't go on a march, you're somehow bunking school, and they're just saying to you.
Cool.
That's really. I love the green. I love the yellow. I love the colours. I love the message. Burning earth. How are you feeling about the march, Bubs? Do you feel positive?
Yeah.
What message are you wanting to send out?
Stop focusing on Brexit and start focusing about the planet we're living on.
Good for you.
There's no planet, there's no Brexit.
Absolutely. Too right. So can we march with you? Can we stand alongside you?
No.
Are you going to take a whistle? What are you going to chant?
Depends on what starts.
What did we used to chant? What do we want? No poll tax. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? No, that's what we used to chant. I went on the poll tax march and we got caught up in huge riots. They had horses bearing down on us. There were people looting. It was insane. I mean, properly. I came out of Leicester Square Tube Station to join the march, and there were mounted police bearing down on people.
Do you feel better after your yoga?
No, I had a really weird yoga session where I felt really cold. I felt like I was slightly on a kind of shelf.
He was so rubbish at it.
Oh.
I just felt everyone was laughing at
He
me.
was like this. You know the little creature in Ice Age that's looking for the nut?
She said I look like the squirrel looking
That
for
was
the nut.
Daddy in it. And he was like this. Like that. He was...
But she said
Can
keep
I
your
just
eyes.
interrupt
She
just
said
one
keep
more?
your eyes shut. So I wasn't looking at what everyone else was doing. Every time I looked at the guy on my right, I just copied him.
Oh, look at that.
Maddie?
Look at that. Look at that.
Maddie! Your dinner's ready.
Toffee, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You've done the potatoes like my nan used to do them. I love that. Look, new potatoes. How do you
Maddie's
do?
done better though because she's got red on her plate. Gotta have your colours, guy. So listen,
I've got
I used
green.
tinned potatoes.
That's what my nan used to do.
I know, and I fried them in garlic,
Oh.
cayenne pepper, garlic granules, onion, salt, and cayenne pepper.
Oh, win, 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 win.
They went in the oven with the chicken, so the chicken juices went into the potato.
Oh, don't. Everything you're saying is just outrageous. Can I just say, this has literally transported me back in time. Rarely does food take me back to my childhood because I didn't have any nice food as a child. But Nadia has managed to recreate the very taste that used to come off of the tray that was on my knees as a child at my dear Nanny Thelma's. That just takes me back to being 7.
That's the thing about food and memory.
That takes me back to being 7.
Bloody cheap. She was such a bad cook.
God rest your soul, Nanny Thelma. I think even you, Nanny Thelma, would admit you weren't the greatest
As much as
cook.
we love Nanny Thelma, she was the worst cook ever.
But she did great tin potatoes.
Sandwich.
She made say that again?
She made a damn fine ham sandwich.
No one made a better ham sandwich than my nan.
No.
She put loads of butter in, loads of ham, and just the bread was so soft and dewy. It was
nothing
just
better than-
lovely.
Well, we call it Nanny Thelma's cake, but she just bought it from Sainsbury's.
What was that cake?
cake.
What was that cake?
No, it was a
Oh.
sponge and then had like a yellowy thing at the
Yeah, it's
end.
called angel cake.
It's making me
The
pine
icing.
and miss that moment we'd arrived and she'd just bring in blocks of it.
Yeah.
Oh, Nanny. I'm going to have another Nanny Thelma potato.